Hi, my name is Melanie Boyer, and I'm the manager of digital learning here at Monticello. I'm a member of the team that has been bringing you live streams this year. I'm currently standing in the guides break room, which is underneath the house at Monticello. This is a room that visitors wouldn't get to see if they came to visit Monticello. Much like a lot of our staff members here at Monticello. You may think of tour guides and people that work in the ticket office when you come here to visit, but there are a lot of people behind the scenes at Monticello that help support the running of this historic house. Today, we look forward to talking to some of these staff members here and bringing you the stories of what they do here at Monticello and why it's important to them.
Hi, I'm Dana Capps. I'm the mailroom office manager here at Monticello. I've been here for 31 years and I'm responsible for the incoming and the outgoing mail, also FedEx and UPS for the foundation. Each day I go to all 15 departments here at Monticello. I collect their mail and I also distribute their mail to their departments. That consists of picking up, bringing it back, metering the mail, and also sending the mail out in the afternoon. So I'm also responsible for the FedEx and UPS packages that go out and come in each day. I'm like the move of Monticello. People stay in their office and I save them time by going to each department so they don't have to come here and drop off their own mail and their own packages. And you get to see everybody, you build a relationship with the department. What I like to do is I like to entertain and have fun with my friends here at Monticello, like Jefferson did back in his day. In a normal day here, how I distribute the mail is I go to the post office downtown, I pick it up from the post office, I come back, I sort it out, and then once I sort it out, I have a mail bin that I sorted out by departments and who's in that department. And then I deliver it to each department. I think about as a child, as I rode by here, and I knew that this was a great place to come because I saw all those buses coming around Route 53. And I was like, if all those people are coming here, I need to know what's there and I need to know how to get there and be there. I have been doing the mail the whole time, 31 years. I feel like I'm in a book that Jefferson started, and it's a lot of chapters and there's a lot of characters, and each year there's something amazing going on.
Just looking at the camera, tell us your name, what you do here.
Okay. Hi, I'm Anthony Savino. I'm a shuttle bus driver here at Monticello, the home of Thomas Jefferson. I'm proud to be a member of the transportation team. Our primary responsibility here is to transport our guests up from the parking area and visitor center up to the mountaintop where the house and gardens are located. We drive literally hundreds of thousands of people every year. I have worked here now for over 27 years, which is hard to believe. The time just has flown by. I can remember my very first day here, coincidentally, was April 13th, 1993, which oddly enough, if there's any Jefferson geeks out there, realize that was Thomas Jefferson's 250th birthday. That was my very first day here. It was quite an event. We had all kinds of speeches and celebrations going on. We drive about a 1 mile loop. It goes around the mountain, a little over a mile. And people are always asking me, so how many loops do you do in a day? And my standard answer used to be that, well, I don't really keep track because I get paid by the hour, not by the mile. But now I just say to folks that I make just enough trips each day. Several years ago, I had a large family that I had brought down from the mountain. And as they were getting off the bus, I asked the little boy if he enjoyed his visit here. And he said, yes, I did. And I said, what was the best part? And he said, the bus ride. So that really made my day. In addition to my work here at Monticello, I'm also a flight attendant, and I've been doing that for over 40 years. That's my full-time job. And I've spent most of my flying career traveling between Japan and the US. And a few years back, I worked a trip from from Tokyo to Washington. And the very next day, I had a shift here at Monticello. And I'm driving the bus, and two of my passengers from my flight actually got on my bus, and they recognized me, and that was just incredible. So that's been one of the wonderful things about working here all these years is I've met people from not only all over the country, but literally all over the world. I guess come from everywhere here, so it's really been a wonderful experience.
My name is Brent William Carter, and I work at the ticket office as a ticket office associate, and I also work at the distribution center just doing various tasks that they need me to do. Either that's, scanning packages, packing, or pulling orders. During the summer of 2018 is when I joined the ticket office because I was in college at the time, and I was looking for a job that was around the history field, and Monticello popped up, so I applied and I happily got the job, and it was a lot of fun, bunch of different people, and getting to tell them about Thomas Jefferson, the house, and all that good stuff. And it was a really cool place. And then I transitioned that winter to the DC. The warehouse is completely different, definitely during the winter time when it's the holiday season, it's pretty busy here. We're getting a bunch of inventory in, we're getting a bunch of inventory out. So you have a bunch of different people doing a bunch of different things. Sometimes I'm packing big items like library book stands, different types of furniture, and then I could switch over to packing small stuff or pulling different things, and then running the line and making sure packages are getting out of here as well. So
talk about what it is that you guys are distributing. what products are they?
So a bunch of them are different Jefferson memorabilia. Either that can be replica furniture of what they will see inside the home. Also, we have different types of pins and everything that are made out of tulip poplar, which is a tree up at Monticello, and that gets shipped down here, and they make pins out of it and all the good stuff. And then we have a bunch of different little things like holiday wreaths for the holiday seasons, and then also coffee, books. During the business season, we're shipping out 800 packages a day, and we're pulling thousands of orders a day. Sometimes they bring out stacks of orders this big, and we just have to truck through it sometimes and just have a good time doing it. And it's a lot of fun because you see all these different types of orders, and it's mainly over in the United States and everything, but sometimes we do get orders that are outside of the United States. Might be from Canada, might be from somewhere else. So we do get a couple of those each year, and it's growing every year as well.
What's some favorite things that you run into that you guys have shipped out or distributed?
Probably our holiday wreaths. I love shipping those out because the design of them is really cool. And also on the bigger side, our library book stand, which is you'll see in Thomas Jefferson's house. Shipping that's really cool because I get to look at it, inspect it before it goes out, and then box it up, make sure it's really packed really well, and then just get it out of here. So that's probably my two favorite things to pack.
Cool. All right, man. I think we're good. Yeah.
Cool.
My name's Carol Richardson. I've been at Monticello for 22 and a half years now. I'm senior restoration specialist, and I've seen a lot of changes at this place since I've been here. My job title is senior restoration specialist, which means that I work on the main house. I also work on the wings of the house and the dependencies and the pavilions. And that also includes working on the stable on Mulberry Row, the textile workshop, and the log dwellings that are on Mulberry Row. A lot of my work that I do a lot of glazing of windows and a lot of painting. I'd say painting is the majority of my work. But I've done a little bit of everything. So, I've dug ditches I've been on top of the house, the top of the dome. I've been down into Jefferson's privy shaft. So just all kinds of just unique places that not everybody gets to go to and go see. So we're restoring as to put it back the way it looked, or we're preserving, which, a lot of, Monticello has original fabric to it. So it may not need anything done, it just needs to be taken care of. And when you restore, in a way, you just kind of want it to look like what Jefferson would have known in his lifetime. Like these cupboards here. Until recently, these cupboards were white, and now they're this beautiful, almost aqua color. And it was from doing paint analysis. So we took paint samples, had them sent out, and then discovered that the outside of these cupboards was this beautiful green, this green glaze that I'm putting on right now. Some days I've been completely just filthy from leaving here, and happy to be so, because there are some very fun jobs and interesting jobs. I actually found a tool in the attic of the South Pavilion, and it was a mason's line pin, and when they were building that structure, somebody had laid it down by the chimney, and 200 years later, I found it. So it's now in the collection down at the Visitor Center.
Do you have a particular outstanding memory or event that's happened while you've been working here?
One thing that was it was kind of a thrill, really, but in 2003, there was a hurricane out in the Atlantic, and it was projected to hit Virginia. So the restoration department went around and closed up all the blinds in the house, tied all the benches to the terrace, helped curatorial move all the valuable things from inside the house towards the center of the house, away from the windows. And I got to spend the night at Monticello as part of the skeleton crew, along with curatorial, the buildings department, security. And the reason I got to do that was if something would happen, like if glass would have been broken or a skylight, there would be somebody there that could temporarily patch it or fix something up. And it was a unique experience hearing a hurricane up here on the mountain in the middle of the night, because that's when it hit. And the sound of the wind howling in the house and just pouring down rain was just remarkable. And the fact I got to sleep in Martha Jefferson's bedroom. That was on the floor in a sleeping bag.
So my name is Aisha Yusuf. Do we do last names too?
Yeah. Yes,
okay.
please.
My name is Aisha Yusuf. I am the Human Resource Assistant here at Monticello, and I've been here almost a year now. So in my role, I am kind of like the front desk person, helping answering questions, greeting people, helping with onboarding. So in my typical role, what I would do is help people with onboarding, which means helping them get hired, helping them with their paperwork. I'd be kind of like the first person they would see and have contact with. I think it's important to be a good ambassador of Monticello. I think the HR department kind of sets a lot of the tone for how people feel when they come in. So it's really important to be welcoming, be friendly, and just help people out as much as they can. In HR, I get to see people from all the other departments, and I think that's really cool too, because I get to know people. I kind of like getting to know who's out there. We have a lot of employees, over 300, and I didn't know that when I was coming in. I didn't know how big it was, so that was kind of, that really floored me to see just how vast the operation is. I was a big TJ fan, and I just love the area too. Charlottesville is beautiful, and I always liked visiting here. It's always kind of stunning every time I go up to the mountaintop. It just kind of never gets old. There's always something you can learn.
I'm Stephen Neumann, and I am the manager of museum shops. So essentially I manage the two on-site brick and mortar shops here at Monticello. I think in particular, I just love the day-to-day interactions. I see people from all over the world each and every day. It's one of my favorite things, asking people where they're from, even walking through the parking lot and seeing all the out-of-state license plates, and just finding out what brought people to Monticello. And it could be a varying number of reasons. They're coming here because they love Thomas Jefferson. They wanted to learn more about the building itself. And you really just learn something new each and every day from not only the visitors, but also my coworkers.
Yeah, totally. So you're here, we're in the main shop, right? Tell me what that's like for you on a daily basis.
I mean, really, there are no 2 days alike. We have a constant stream of visitors that come through both this shop and our farm shop up on the mountaintop. And it's really exciting because I work very closely with our team at our distribution center, making sure we're getting things in when we need to, fulfilling the guests' needs, taking suggestions for products that they might be interested in, and managing the floor staff here. There really are no 2 days alike. It's just a constant and steady stream. It's very exciting.
I bet. What are a couple of favorite things that you've seen go across the cash register?
I love all of our brackish bow ties. They're made from real feathers. Each tie takes about 5 to 6 hours to make. They come in a wide variety of colors and styles. They've even branched out into cufflinks, bracelets, earrings, pocket squares. So whenever I see that, really kind of gets me really excited. Just having that satisfaction of helping somebody one-on-one and seeing that you've made them happy and you've made a lasting positive impression, it really carries me day to day, year over year, and it really makes me excited to do it. And especially for Monticello and the Thomas Jefferson Foundation, being part of that commitment to education and preservation and being able to participate in that's just one of my favorite things about being here. As a nonprofit, Monticello doesn't rely on any regular national or state funding, so sales in the museum shop are one really important component of fundraising for the foundation. In fact, between our brick and mortar retail sales, our catalog and online sales, they're responsible for about 1/3 of the revenue that the foundation brings in each and every year. So it's very, very important to the foundation.
My name is John Bowman, and I'm a housekeeper. My title is housekeeper.
What does that mean? What is a housekeeper here at Monticello?
Housekeeper is in charge of all the cleaning of all the buildings here at Monticello. That entails cleaning the bathrooms, the visitor areas, and the workspaces, all the offices, anything that's got to do with Monticello. A new area that's got to do with Monticello, we clean it.
Can you tell us, John, how many buildings do you take care of? Or where do you work? Do you work at just
I'm in charge of cleaning everything here on the courtyard. Everything. Everything you see here on the courtyard, I'm in charge of cleaning. It feels great to know that my role here at Monticello is very vital. It is somewhat of an essential employee.
Well, you do a great job at what you do. You should be very proud.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I always appreciate the compliments.
Oh, well, sure, yeah.
Our guests that come through, they're always giving me compliments of how well that Monticello look, it's kept up. And I appreciate that. I appreciate, their compliments.
So, the way how this will work is you'll just look at me the whole time?
Yes.
Ignore the camera?
Yeah. My name is Kirsten Borden, and I have been with Guest Services since May 9, 2018. And Guest Services is actually the point of contact for our visitors to Monticello. And my colleagues and I are working outdoors only in all kinds of weather. The very hard winters, the very warm summers, and all the lovely days in between. And what we do is we greet our guests here and we tell them about the different exhibits, and we answer questions and we make conversation, and then we hand them over to our guides at the house. And I think the Thomas Jefferson Foundation's vision is, of course, to engage all the Americans visitors here, but also the global audience in a dialogue about Thomas Jefferson's ideas. And before the COVID, we had a lot of guests from all over the world, which was very interesting for me because I come from Denmark, and it gave me a chance to speak my own language as well as German, Norwegian and Swedish. So that is always fun when you do that. I think this is never a routine in this job. Every day is different. One of the things that is really a joy is when you meet these little kids, about 5, 6 years old, and you ask them, what do you know about Thomas Jefferson? And I had one little boy saying, he had so many good ideas, and I think he created basketball. So that's a wonderful thing. You could pass that on. All my colleagues and I have different positions. Some of us are choosing positions. Every day is a different experience, but we're always out of doors. We are hardy souls. But I think this is the most interesting part of it, being up here. I mean, how many people would have an office with that view, right? It's amazing.
Hi, my name's Steve Bryant. I work here at the Thomas Jefferson Foundation here at Monticello. I'm the lead carpenter here. I've been here for a little over 3 years now. I started here at the foundation as a contractor, and at that time I was a superintendent and I was in charge of the South Wing restoration, where Sally Hemmings' room is at now. That's how I got my start here at Monticello. And they had a job opening for me, and it worked out and I was able to be here. I'd say my favorite project is this staircase here. It was an original staircase in Thomas Jefferson's time. It was wood construction at that time out of mahogany. And due to the design of the steps, it's a little bit problematic of the wood wanting to rot away because there's not any ventilation in the staircase in the original design. So at a certain point, slate and brick was applied to the staircase, which held up very well. And then at another point in time, their steps were recreated in wood like they would originally been for Thomas Jefferson. So we did a little bit of variation to the design here. We put some vents right in here to let this whole area breathe and try to keep these lasting a little bit longer. So we're using a different kind of wood. We're using something a little bit innovative that we haven't used very much, and it's called a koya, and that is a treating process to the wood that is similar to salt treating, but it's going to help these stairs hold up and last for a lot of years. What's underneath of these stairs here is actually is some soil that's straight there, and behind that soil is the brick arch that helps support this whole portico. So that brick structure underneath there is supporting as a foundation member of the portico. And so the dirt is placed on top of that brick. Well, the stairs that were there before, the stringers were set right into the soil, which is also problematic of having wood right in the soil contact. So when I removed them, I took a rubber membrane and laid on top of that soil that the new wooden structure sets in, so there's no contact with moisture with the soil and the wood. So we did several things to kind of improve the whole system of what we got going on here. And it has the original look of Thomas Jefferson's time of the wooden stairs. So getting the chance to work on Thomas Jefferson's house is a dream come true, really. I mean, how many people can say they've got to do carpentry on Thomas Jefferson's house? Very few. So I found it very fortunate, and I found myself very fortunate to be able to work on the stuff up here. My actual position is in the maintenance department, and we actually have 22 buildings that we own on the property on our 2,500 acres. And I'm also responsible for all the carpentry needs on those buildings. Really working on Thomas Jefferson's house is my dream, and anything I can do to it, I'm definitely in. So anything, I just want to keep working on the house and keep making it last for a long time for visitors to come see it and enjoy it.
From all of us who have been behind the scenes on Monticello live streams this year, we thank you for supporting our work and tuning in. We look forward to bringing you many more live streams in 2021. Happy New Year!
Amazing.
And I hit the wrong button, so I didn't really say much, but
No, it was beautiful.
Well, okay, so you deliver the last line, we unmute, and then we all collectively say Happy New Year and wave, right?
And I have to look nice. Is my face looking pleasant, everyone?
Mikey, are you home?
Yeah, I'm laying on my car.
All right.
This is the best project Ian has ever been a part of. He's crazy.
Yes, without question.
Ian, do you think you have something to work with? Good. Great.
There's going to be a blooper reel, right?